Hi, this is Kamera. My first few minutes with God, day 77, Deuteronomy chapter 21 through 23. Moses is still addressing the children of Israel. Remember, these are his final words before he dies. And he want to make sure they have it together. And he talks to them about so many regulations and continuing the regulations. He's telling them about the cleansing after an unsolved murder. No one knows who killed this person. How do we investigate? How do we cleanse the people of this murder? But remember, God wants his people to be holy, and there has to be a cleansing. So they go over the procedures for that. Go to the nearest town. There's a killing of a heifer. There's a laying on of hands of the heifer by I believe the leaders there, the elders there, and they just say they didn't do it. So there's that type of cleansing where they have to do a sacrifice, of course. And Moses also talks about if there is a captive woman, a woman who's in captivity, and someone marries that person, so they go through the procedures of that. And then what if there is a yes, Aiden? Aiden wants to visit. This is his first appearance this year. Come on, Aiden. It's Aiden. Say hi, Aiden.
Hi.
All right, buddy. Love you. I'll see you in a minute, okay? All right. And so there's a woman in captive. What are the procedures for marrying her? I said that, didn't I? What about the favorite son? What if there's a favorite wife and the favorite wife does not bear the firstborn son? You can't just give the rights of the firstborn to that son just because you love that favorite wife. It has to go to the firstborn. So they go through all those procedures or regulations. What if there's a rebellious son, a stubborn son who disrespects his parents? Oh my gosh, that does not turn out well. It ends in, they take them to trial, and then there's a stoning to death by the men. Thank you, Jesus Christ. Then he talks about the criminals who are executed by hanging. They're not supposed to stay overnight. They need to cut them down. What should you do if a neighbor loses something? You don't just find it and say it's yours. You need to help that neighbor find it. And if you find it, you hold on to it till that neighbor comes. So he's teaching them how to be right with one another. I love this. It's just so many regulations. And then you should help a neighbor if a neighbor's in trouble. So he spends some time in that. And men and women should not wear each other's clothing. Men should not wear women's clothing. Just different regulations. So you want to go through. That's pretty interesting. And just certain building safer homes. Women accused of not being virgins, they go through that. And, the man who's accusing, and the adulterers, if someone's committing adultery, or if there's a rape. So there's some execution of people who are committing adultery and those who are committing rape. Regulations for worshiping, he goes over. And, oh my God, what is considered as unclean, you can no longer participate in the assembly. If you just stuff that's not like a man's penis is crushed or torn or cut off, different stuff like that. So there's different regulations that Moses goes through. That's what this read is about today. So that's day 77, Deuteronomy chapter 21 through 23. You have a God-filled blessed day.